Today is about making quick and easy profit on cheap cars. So I headed down to BCA car auction over in Measham to collect my latest online purchase. And you guessed it, another Skoda Fabia. Great cars, but this example was a very low mileage, one owner car with 20 services. All of this meant I saw the potential money to be made on this car. So let's go check this Skoda out and let's go and find out if I can double or even triple the money I've invested. Alright, so let me give you a quick walk around off the car to show you the current condition it's in from the auction. Down this side it's actually not too bad. A little bit of a scuff on the corner of the bumper over here, but it is an older car, so not end of the world. We've got a lot of bird crap over this car, so it's probably been parked underneath a tree somewhere, but not end of the world, we'll get it cleaned. Now moving over down to the passenger side. Now this is where we've got a little bit of bumps and scrapes. So the bumper over here is slightly obviously damaged over on the clip, so maybe need to look at getting that put back in properly. Moving further down, a bit of a scuff over here which follows through. Down here we'll probably just polish out. That's not actually that bad at all. Even some of this potentially might be able to come out, but we'll see what we can do with that later. More bird droppings down this side, and then on the wing we've got a little bit of a dent and some more paint peeling away over here. But overall, to be honest, for the age of the car, it's not that bad. It's definitely a good place to start. It's super low mileage, this car. It's one owner, plenty of service history. So let me jump in, show you the interior quickly. Then we're going to take it for a drive and we'll get into the reasons why I bought another Skoda Fabia. So a quick look inside as well. You can see it is in pretty good condition. We don't need to do anything too major. Carpet over here probably could do with a deep clean, but underneath it is immaculate. For the age of the car, 2003 I think it is, 48,000 miles as you can see, one owner, 20 services in the book. This is a car which has been cherished throughout its life and just kept in good condition. Look at the condition of the seats. There is minimal wear and they generally are pretty clean, so someone has really looked after this car. Same thing in the back as well. The seats look very good. You wouldn't tell at all that they are 20 odd years old. Probably rarely been sat in. Mats down here as well are looking very clean. Those rubber mats just need a little bit of a TFR and jet wash to bring them up like new, but overall you get an idea of how this car is looking in its current state from the auction. So let's jump in, let's get driving. In fact, actually, let me check the engine oil, make sure that's okay, because I did have the car running just for a couple of moments to make sure it's okay. But let's check the oil, let's check the water, and then we'll head back. Wow, look at that. Look at that. 40,000 miles. Wow. That is looking brand new. This has definitely been clean. There is no way that this is... No, this can't be 40,000 miles on a... Wow. Look at... Even down here, that's the biggest giveaway. You can see the lacquer in the paint there. Someone has really taken time to look after this car and cherished cleaning it. The coolant bottle, maybe that's been replaced. It is a bit of a common fault sometimes that the sensors go, so that does look rather new for something of this age. But wow, first impressions looking really good. All right, oil is looking absolutely fantastic. Coolant is looking really good. So we're ready to hit the road. Let's jump in the car and let's get driving. Right, rock and rolling. Clutch is feeling pretty nice. It's a long way back though from Measham, about 120 miles, so we've got some fuel in the car, just over half a tank, so should be okay on that front. Steering seems okay. We're only doing 15 miles an hour, so not much to report as of yet, but seems okay so far. Let's just get out of the auction first, and then we can see how this car's doing through the gears. Hello boss.
Okay.
How you doing? You all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, good, thanks. Cheers. Very secure here. Got to scan through to get out.
Okay then.
Lovely stuff, mate. Right, all good. Let's hit the main road. I can't lie though, this car does feel very nice, just straight away. It feels really new. I can't explain it properly, but I don't feel like I'm driving an old car necessarily. 48,000 miles, one owner from new, 20 services in the book. that speaks a lot in that respect. So that was the first point of me wanting to buy this car. I felt a bit assured, thinking this is probably going to be a car which I can just buy, drive home, wash and sell. Well, near enough anyway. There are a few little things I'll probably like to touch up, but mechanically I thought this would be a safe bet. I did leave the car running beforehand just to get it up to temperature, because when I am doing a long journey back, I rather would know if I'm going to run into any issues whilst I'm at the auction, rather than driving down the road and like overheating or whatever. So I did have it running for a bit, got it up to temperature, and it all seemed fine. So, but 20 services speaks for itself on a car of this age, especially the fact that it's one owner. It makes you think that someone has really looked after and cherished this car, and it leads to the point that it may have been owned by a more elderly person. Not always the case, but you know, clean interior, exterior has a few marks, lots of fuel as well. That's another little giveaway. I know it's only just over half a tank, but generally with elderly people, they do roll around with a full tank of fuel a lot of the times as well. So a lot of little clues to make me think that this car was owned by an elderly person, and they tend to be good ones because they've been well looked after, not thrashed about, serviced on time, etc. as well. So all of these points made me want to bid on this specific car. Now, I'm sure some of you will remember I actually had a Skoda Fabia which I'd done a video on. Click here to watch that video as well, where I bought a Skoda Fabia, low mileage. It was actually around early 20,000 miles. Bodywork was quite tatty in that respect, and they needed a few things doing inside. The headlining was sagging. I got a bit of stick from some of you guys on that one as well, saying I'm not going to be able to sell that car, and I was asking for way too much money. Well, I'm glad to say I sold that car. Not quite at the 2.5 grand, but not far off. And that is another point to why I've bought another Fabia. I've sold stock, so I may as well replenish it with something similar. Now, this has done a little bit more mileage, but the condition is better, the service history is better, and the ownership is a bit better. That was a 2-owner car on the book, I believe, but it was from the same family. But 1-owner car with this service history, as well as 3 keys, which is very, very rare to find on something at this age. So not only have we got 2 electric key fobs, we've also got the spare non-battery powered key as well. So really good to see 3 keys on a car for this age. So what am I going to need to get done to this car to get it ready for sale? Not a lot, to be honest with you, because the car has already been serviced just about a month ago. It was literally MOT'd, I think, 2 weeks ago. Advisory wise, I think it just had one advisory on there, something to do with the rear back box. Maybe it's got some slight corrosion on the rear box. But looking at the previous MOTs as well, it was very, very clean in that respect. So it seems to be a good car. So mechanically, MOT wise, I won't need to do anything. It was literally inspected 2 weeks ago, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be a safe car. I will obviously still just give it the usual once over. However, MOT wise, it doesn't need doing. Service wise, doesn't need doing. Do I need to get this car valeted? Not really, no. The carpet could do with a little bit of a clean, but I think I could just get away with taking it for the in and out job. The seats are absolutely fine. They really don't need to be deep cleaned, but why waste the money if it doesn't need to get done? I know I always say it's well worth spending that 50 quid, but in this instance, this car is very, very clean. I'd really just do think an in and out, wiping down the dash, you know, back to black on a couple of things, it will really make the car look a lot better. Not that it is anyway, it's really good to start with, but we can always improve things. So that's one thing which I'll need to get done. That bumper on the corner as well, I need to see if I can get that clipped in or what the situation is with that. It's safe, it's not loose, it's not hanging off, but I would like to, if I can, just get it put back in properly. Some of those parts on there can get touched up, so I might be able to polish a few of those panels as well, just to make them look a bit better. Dent wise, I'm not going to bother. It's an old car, value wise it doesn't make sense, and no one's going to care in that respect. That you're going to be buying this car because it's good mileage and it's got good history. So we'll get it all minted up, make it look as good as we can. I'll get this one taken back, and then once it's all ready for sale, I'll give you a little once over just to show you where we stand and look into some of those numbers as well, so you can see how much I paid for this car, because I did pay a bit more money than usual, and talk about margin wise, where can I sell this car, how much can I sell it for, and just give you an idea of how much profit there is in these types of cars where you don't need to do a lot of work. Because if you can make money without doing a lot of work, that's the best thing about it. So let me get this one taken back, let me get it minted up, and then I'm going to catch up with you to show you how we've got on. So stay tuned, guys.